Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to handle when a customer says, "Hey, do I how do you handle the app on the phone?" Right? So, we're going to go over here to the app. So there's a couple of things you can probably do to like grease the wheels and ease this. And Anthony, you can definitely give me some pointers. We covered this, by the way, in a key staff meeting recently. And also Anthony, so if you remember if there's anything that we missed, let's make sure we like highlight what we talked about. And Bryson, you were there for that too. So awesome. Okay, so we're in a demo. You're with the customer. They download the app. They're at the beginning of the presentation. They cover, they answer the questions, they do everything there, right? Then you get to the end of the presentation and you go to ask for recommendations, right? Okay, and then you end up with, hey, Mrs. Jones, how'd you like my demo? Great, go ahead and pull out your cell phone. You can answer that third question about my product knowledge for me. There's no need to make me sound better than I really am. I want to get real feedback so I can keep improving. Everybody so far so good? Pretty normal. Like everybody's like, yeah, the customers do that just fine, right? Now, there's one more really important part, very important part. Here's where you can really help me out. So I get paid every time I show Cutco, but I can only show it to people I've been personally recommended to. So what I'd love for you to do is to go ahead and go through your contacts and let's jot down the first 100 names that come to mind. Just kidding, Mrs. Jones. Everybody gives me 10 to 20. Actually, the app you downloaded is designed to be a huge time saver for both of us in this part. You guys know this, you know the drill. It allows you to send me introductions straight through the app, so anybody you recommend me to automatically syncs with my phone. This is so much easier. And of course, I'll only be able to see the contacts you send me. On the bottom of the screen, you'll click share, hit allow full access, and let me know that you're there. And that's usually, from what I'm hearing from you guys, that's where you're ending up with an issue with some customers, right? Is that they're like, well, I'm a little bit nervous to allow full access. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up my Cutco rep here. I'm going to do a fake presentation with the customer and let's look at exactly what that says so that we can handle what the customers are saying. 49. In fact, let me go ahead. I'm going to log into Zoom here and screen share so you guys can see. How many of you have downloaded my Cutco rep app before and like seen what the customers are looking at? Okay, cool. I think that's great. All right, so what do we got here? So we've got my Cutco rep, 49. I'm my rep, 4-digit meeting code. What was the 4-digit meeting code for that presentation with myself was 7483. 7483. Continue. On time. Product knowledge, pretty good. Skills, feedback, share. Okay. What does this say? To let you share this experience with people, the app will need access to your contacts list. Granting access to your contacts will not immediately share information about your friends with your sales reps. Only after you select and confirm your chosen friends will any information on those contacts be shared with your rep. My Cutco rep syncs contact data to enable your rep to follow up with any referrals given. All right, so you guys realize that that's like pretty self-explanatory that it's only the ones that are select and confirmed that it's going to get sent to them. So, the best way to handle an objection, by the way, is to do it before it comes up. Okay. So I'd write that down in your notes, by the way. The best way to handle any objection is to do it before it comes up. All right. If you want to handle Bitteam being too expensive, just tell them it's expensive at the beginning. Hey, it's expensive, but it's worth it. If you tell them that the whole time, they're never going to tell you it's too expensive because you already handled that. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's worth it, right? If you want to handle getting recommendations at the end, then you tell Mrs. Jones, like, hey, one of the biggest parts of my presentation is I'm going to ask you for some recommendations at the end. You would do that on slide number two. So right here is when you get to this part, when you say, hey, Mrs. Jones, this is so much easier. And of course, I'll only be able to see the contacts you send me. Mrs. Jones, if you want to go ahead and hit, the share button, hit allow full access, Mrs. Jones, you'll see, and you just tell them this, you'll see that you need to allow the app to see all of the contacts so you can select the ones that you want. And by the way, this might look a little different for iPhone, right? So maybe if you have an iPhone, Bryson, and if it's something different that I'm not aware of, make sure you let me know. But you just say, hey, Mrs. Jones, the app just needs to see everybody, so it allows you to select them. It's not going to upload them anywhere. It's only going to share the ones with me that you select and confirm. So sometimes all you have to do is just share that or just say that. So we're going to hit grant access, allow access to contacts. Like that's pretty simple. And again, in the first three lines in the paragraph, say, hey, it's only going to share, it's not going to upload them to your rep. It's only going to give the ones that you select and confirm. So all you need to do with your customers, just be confident that, like, hey, Mrs. Jones, yeah, it's not going to do that. By the way, your customers are actually looking for your confidence in that situation. If you are unconfident when the customer is like, well, what's this app thing? And you're like, oh no, am I in trouble? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to have. Then it actually like kind of almost shows guilt, and which we're not guilty of anything, but it almost shows them that you're just not confident that the app is what it is. But if you're like, oh no, Mrs. Jones, it's not going to upload in here contacts anywhere. In fact, you can read right there. It's only going to send the ones that you confirm. So, Anthony, is the iPhone a little different? Does it say something like allow full off? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna share. So people that have iPhones, um, I think you hit grant access, and then there's like another thing that pops up that says, "Do you want to share all contacts?" And so that wording can make your customers worried a little bit. So that's where you got to just tell them beforehand. It's going to ask you to share all of your contacts, but I promise you that when you click that button, I'm not going to get any contacts. You still have to select people that you want to recommend me to. It just allows the app to have all your contacts so you can select the people that you want to. Now, if they don't click on that, they're gonna struggle giving you specific people, and then they're gonna be like, well, this thing doesn't work, and then you have to go into settings and fix it. So save everybody the hassle and just tell them to share all their contacts, but that's not gonna send any contacts to you until they select them.
So that that's amazing. Thank you, by the way. So it's just to punctuate that one more time, Ms. Jones. It's gonna say share all contacts. It doesn't share all contacts. It just needs to let the app see all the contacts so you can select. Again, as you can see, it's only gonna share the ones with me that you select and confirm. Yeah, by the way, what do we got here? What does it say? If they limit access, they have to select customers twice. Is that what it is? Yeah. Also, Bryson, send me that screenshot, by the way. Is it possible for him to do limited access and select customers twice? Is that a
That
thing?
causes issues sometimes. A lot of the times they can't even send recommendations if they hit that. I don't know if anybody else has had another experience, but that's what I've heard a lot in my experience. So and like they have to go into their iPhone settings app, go to Vector Impact, change it to allow full access basically. So it's doable, but it just causes a hassle and it makes it a lot harder. So
Cool. Awesome. So again, just handle it before it comes up. Now, if you got a customer that's like giving you a little bit more grief than that, say, hey, Mrs. Jones. Well, hey, no problem. Here on your computer, right? Okay. Well, Mrs. Jones, tell you what. Instead of downloading the app on your phone, and by the way, if you handle it confidently before or as it comes up, the customer's like, oh, okay, cool, sounds good. But if they're still giving you grief, hey, no problem. Ms. Jones, that's okay. Just go to mycutcorep.app, mycutcorep.app. They punch in the exact same information, they hit share, and Mrs. Jones, instead of going through the contacts in your phone and like, selecting which ones, why don't we just go through your contacts and you can just take 5 minutes and punch in, like type in the people that you want to share. And they can just do the app online. How many of you have done that before, by the way? You've had them go to the website and share that contacts this way? Oh, you haven't? Oh, this is an awesome thing to keep up your sleeve then. So again, if you ever have a customer that like they're still not assured, all right, no worries, Mrs. Jones. Just go to if you go to the objections on page 18, Mrs. Jones, just go ahead and go to mycutcorep.app. They'll have to do the first few steps over again, and then no big deal. They can go in, they can do the last name, the phone number, and they can actually confirm the presentation this way. Now, by the way, you guys know that it's great if a customer can confirm like their information about the presentation for like, base pay purposes, but you guys know that I go by the QPR sheet because sometimes that can be a little bit finicky and I trust you guys, right? If I didn't trust you guys, I'd want you to confirm every single one of them. But if I didn't trust you guys, I wouldn't want you on the team anyway. So, and that's why we go by the QPR sheet. Cool. Any other questions on that, by the way, or does that help? Helps a lot. Okay. Yep. And if they don't want to download the app, Kelsey, on them, yep, they can do that too. So, Bryson.
Okay, so I actually pulled up just like what it looks like. They have to hit the continue button and like the allow contacts, but then they get stuck on this page where it says, how do you want to share contacts? Do you want to select contacts or do you want to share all 350 contacts or whatever? And so whenever they hit the select contacts button right there, they're like, oh, I'll just select them instead of sharing
Hold on,
all
hold
of
on.
them
Let
except
me
for.
show us that again.
So there's two pages that they gotta hit. They gotta hit the continue button, like to say I allow access. Then two, it says, how do you want to share your contacts? Do you want to select contacts or do you want to share all 354 contacts or whatever it is? And they think like, oh, I'll just select the contacts. I don't want to give them every contact, So then they'll hit that, but it doesn't work as well. So Anthony was saying that they have to go into settings and they have to allow full access anyway. So then whenever you hit the share all contacts, then it pulls up to the final page where you can actually hit like the stars and actually choose who you want to send as contacts.
Gotcha. So it's the programming in the iPhone, the way that the iPhones build the apps, or the way that the apps are designed on iPhones that says, how do you want to share contacts? And it's like, oh, I don't want to share all of them. And so this is the screen, right, where you have to be like, hey, Mrs. Jones, listen, it's not going to share everybody and it's not going to upload them anywhere. You can see that on the previous screen, Mrs. Jones, it says it's only going to share it's only going to share access with your rep, the ones you confirm and send. And so, Mrs. Jones, this is just letting the app see which ones you want to give you options to recommend them. And again, it's not going to upload your contacts anywhere. We don't do that.
Yep,
And
exactly.
again, you just have to be straight to the point. It's not going to upload your contacts anywhere. We don't do that.
Another part on that. So once you're at that point when you say select all or select a certain amount or select all 354, if you press the select, just select them by not
Yeah,
select all.
just to select a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it will actually be circles instead of squares, and that's how you know they did it wrong. So what I like to say when I get to that part, I say, I'm gonna have you pick the select all 354 contacts, and trust me, I don't want to call 354 people. It'll just let you choose through the app. Like that's what I have it. Like it'll let you choose through the app instead of on the phone.
Awesome. Amazing. And so so one of the things you could subtly ask, like, hey, Mr. Jones, do you see the check boxes? And if they're like, oh, it's circles, or it's like, oh, I'm checking the circles, you kind of like know that they did the wrong button.
Yeah.
Love it. Cool. Anybody else got any pointers, any knowledge, any other tips to drop? Okay. Is that helpful? Knowing how that works, how that looks, and how to handle that? Okay. Wonderful. Go get more recommendations.